Namaste, Silke is here and welcome to part 3 of the 3-part series to ease tension in your hip. After we did a nice warm-up with a little bit softer ball, or maybe you were using a blanket, it was number 1. And the second one we did the big muscles on the front of the legs, the back muscles and the sides. And today we're going into the glute muscles. You're going to need one ball, and the areas we are rolling is, just turning around, is we start to the right of the sacrum, and here we're going out straight to the side, coming back, and we're going down diagonal, coming back, and we're going straight down. And this is what we're going to do. You need only one ball. We start on the right side and then we do the left side. So hop onto the yoga mat with me and start to roll together. So lay on your back. Before we're doing anything, just notice. Notice how you feel. How are your hips feeling? Do you feel a difference between right and left? Maybe even move your legs a little bit if you like. And gentle movements. And notice, how does your lower back feel? Maybe circling the legs a little bit. So any kind of movement, or maybe just staying on the floor and just checking in, being aware. Let's start together on the right side. So you take your feet on the floor, you lift your right butt a little bit, and if you're not sure where your sacrum is, just place your hand right at the end of your spine, and then you feel this flat bony part. You have the lower vertebrae merge together here, so really this bony part here. And then when you feel off, you get a little bit off to the side, you feel it gets a little bit more meaty. And this is where you place the ball. So just go to the right of your sacrum. I like to widen my feet here a little bit more. Gives me a little bit more balance. And just do a little bit of, leaning from side to side. Just checking in. So you can do a very subtle and gentle movement. You also could go a little bit bigger. So this also already brings a little bit more sensations. When I'm going to the right with my legs, I even feel that the left side of my hip is lifting off the floor. So I leave this up to you. It totally depends how this area feels today. You always want to be capable of deep, relaxed breathing. Now we're going step by step, slowly together out. Remember, we're going to go straight out to the side. So to do this, I bring my feet a little bit closer in. I lift my hips. And I'm just shifting my hips a little bit to the left, so the ball goes out to the right, and then I'm bringing my left side back down. Here I'm sliding my leg out, and I'm gliding it back in. See if you like this movement. You also could stay with both feet on the floor. You're not moving at all. If you like the sliding and gliding, there's no lifting. It's really a sliding. The foot is in contact with the floor all the time and back. So we go one more time, lift the hips up, go a little bit more out to the side. Just come down and just turning to the side. I'm holding the ball. You can see the position where I'm at now. Coming back down. And just relax into the ball. What we're doing here now is opening the leg to the side and bringing it back up. You open the leg out to the side and back up and to the side and back up. Do this one more time. You open and close. You already maybe can see the balls. I do a little bit of shifting, a little bit more out to the side. So when you go to the side seam of your body, I'm still being behind the side seams. I'm still feeling, you can feel that you're curving away from the ball a little bit. So the reason why we're going to change a little bit the movement now. You want to, if it's okay, you lean a little bit more to the right. You're sliding your right leg out and you circle it out to the side, bring it back. Bring the foot back onto the floor, you're sliding the leg, and you also, you can slide on the floor. Oh, it's even better. So don't lift your leg. Just imagine you're drawing a big circle with your right foot on the floor. And then next time you're straightening the leg, you bring it all the way the other way. So you just circle, and my foot is sliding and gliding on the floor. I'm really staying on the ball here. And then slowly bring your leg up. Take the ball out. Notice a first shift, a first change. Maybe the right side feels a little bit more alive, a little bit more awake. Even it rests differently on the floor. Remember, the next movement is from the right of your sacrum going all the way diagonal down. So while the ball goes down and out to the right, the body goes up and out to the left. So make sure that you shift your body a little bit so you have space to move your body up and to the left. Place the ball to the right of your sacrum, come back and rest here. Remember, any kind of gentle movements, shifting, swaying, so whatever your body is doing, sometimes even without you thinking about it, just allow it to happen. And if you're moving, stop moving. And we're doing the first shifting. So I'm using my feet and my body goes a little bit out to the left and a little bit up. So I'm first moving just with my hips and then I'm adjusting my upper body. I'm coming down. So the ball got down a little bit and out to the right. Now I'm sliding my leg out and gliding it back in. Sliding out, inhale, exhale back in. Inhale and exhale. Use your feet, the ball goes out a little bit and down, and then you're adjusting the body. So I'm just turning around, you see I'm here now with the ball. And from here, I'm going to bring the leg out to the side. This is your exhale. Inhale, the leg comes up. Exhale down. Feel how the ball is diving into the fascias, into the soft tissue, and back up. And one more time down. And back up. Position your feet a little bit wider. So again, remember the ball always go first out a little bit. So I'm shifting my hips to the left and then I'm shifting my hips up and then I'm allowing the rest of my body to follow. And the ball is now all the way down here. We went diagonal down, down and out to the right. And you maybe feel, there's not a lot of weight on the ball now. So to bring a little bit more of sensation here, you just allow your body to twist a little bit to the right. And you can play how deep you want to go. And then you slide your leg out and you draw those circles on the floor, big or small circles, by sliding your foot on the floor all the time. And remember, you have it in control how much you lean into the ball. And after 3 circles, you slowly go the other way. Sliding and gliding, keeping the weight on the ball. And then you just come back, take your ball out, and you may want to straighten the other leg and see if you feel a difference. Sometimes I even feel that the front of my leg feels more alive. There's more energy in the right side. Just notice what you feel. Sometimes I even feel that my right shoulder is a little bit more relaxed on the floor than my left. And then we come to the last point on the right side. You want to bring the ball to the right of your sacrum. You come back down, and you have to move down a little bit because now the ball goes down and our body goes up. So move down a little bit. Make sure to take the ball with you. Lift your feet a little bit wider. And then you just lift the hips a little bit, move the ball down, and you're coming back down onto the floor. So I don't need a lot of movement here, so I just do a little bit of micro shifts. So really being along the center, you're going down. And then I lift my hips again, I shift the ball down a little bit. And sometimes it feels better to straighten the leg, or maybe to keep it up, so notice, or maybe kind of a little bit of micro shifting. You being to the right of your sacrum and tailbone, you don't want to be on the bone. And then you one more time shift the ball up a little bit, and turning around one more time. You can see I'm all the way going down, being in this point here. And you also can, if you like, you can straighten the leg, you can keep your leg bent and just rest here. You never should feel a tingling sensation or a sharp pain. So anytime you feel kind of a sharp pain or tingling sensation, you maybe be on a nerve and you want to get the ball off. Take a break and then come back and change maybe a little bit the position. It never happened to me, but you know we have nerves running in this area. So in case this happens, just get off the ball. Don't think you have to push through. And then take the ball out and come back and just notice how you feel now. Feel how does your right hip bone feels compared to the left hip bone. Feels like I have a ditch under my right hip. It's like I'm sinking down. Feel like I'm have a little bit of, I don't know, when ships are having a little bit leaning to the side, I don't know the word in English. I feel I have a little bit this being out of balance. So my right side feels really different. And then we do it all to the left side. So I'm going to turn around. So you lift your left butt, and you just remember, if you're not sure, you take your hand and you're kind of looking for this flat bone here at the end, and then you go off the ball and feel you get a little bit more into this meaty part, and you position the ball here, and we go straight out to the left now. But first stay here and notice how does it feel on this side. We always have a side that's maybe a little bit easier to do, and the other side feels a little bit more challenging, and that's totally normal. We are human beings. We do things differently on the right and on the left. We are habits. We're standing one leg and on the other leg. Remember, you brush your teeth always with the same hand. And things like this, you're driving your car and the gas pedal is on the right, so there's just no option for you to do it the other way around. So we have a lot of things in our life that are just being one-sided. Good. Let's go a little bit out to the side. You want to lift your hips. You shift your hips a little bit to the right. Balls goes out to the left. You come back down. And you maybe want to also walk the upper body a little bit with you. You're doing the same movement here. So feel into the ball. And remember, if it's not enough for you, you always can lean a little bit more into the ball. And this brings more intensity. And you're sliding your leg out. And you're sliding your leg in. So if you have the chance to have a wooden floor where you can slide and glide, I'm just noticing, with my support on my ankle on the left side, it's much easier to slide and glide just when you're being barefoot. So make it easy for you. Put on socks, or maybe, bring your foot onto a wooden surface where you can slide and glide a little easier. Go up a little bit. I'm not interfering with the end of my yoga mat. So stop sliding and gliding. Lift the hips. You shift a little bit more out to the side. I'm just turning around. You always see where I am. And what we're doing here is you exhale, you allow your left leg to open to the side, and you bring it back in. Inhale. Exhale, open to the side, and inhale up. And exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. It feels kind of beautiful, painful. Good. From here, we're shifting a little bit more. Lift your hips, shift the ball a little bit more. You're still behind the sideline of the body, but pretty close to it. And you can feel the body is curving off the floor. So you have to lean now a little bit more to the left to keep your weight on the ball. And now remember, when we do the sliding, you're circling your foot on the floor and you're drawing a circle. And this might be a little bit different on this side than it's on the other side. Just by sliding and gliding, draw a circle on the floor with your left foot. And after 3 times, your leg is straight. You circle the other way around. See how big or how small you want to do the circle. And don't force yourself because you've done it on the other side, maybe bigger or smaller, to do it the same here. Really listen to your body. And then you come all the way back, taking the ball out. Place either both feet on the floor or maybe straighten the legs for a moment. And notice, just notice what is going on in your hips. Bring the ball back into the position we started. And remember, the ball goes down and out to the left, and our body goes up and out to the right. So you want to have a little bit space to move up to the right. And then you bring the ball again to this meaty part to the left of your sacrum. Have both feet on the floor. And again, kind of micro movements are absolutely okay here, but just you could only also stay. Sometimes I like to explore a little bit, being curious, but I'm leaning a little bit more to the left and see how it goes. Maybe it's a little bit easier already. And then to shift a little bit, I first shift my hips a little bit to the right, and then I lift my hips up, the ball goes down. I bring my hips back down, and then I'm moving my upper body. You could do it the other way around. You just want to move the ball a little bit out and down. And remember, each body is different. So you lean as much as you want to the left to feel the ball in a beautiful, nice, helpful way. And then we'll do the sliding and gliding again. Slide your leg on the floor. And the reason I really like to do the sliding and gliding here is it feels like I'm really keeping the weight on the ball. I want to do it 3 times. I forgot to count, so let's do it one more time. And then bring the leg back up. Again, you want to push your feet into the floor. The ball goes out a little bit and down, and then you just arrange the rest of your body so you feel comfortable. I'm here a little bit more in the center, the bull's eye of the glutes. And now you allow your leg to open with your exhale to the side and inhale back up. Exhale, open the leg and inhale back up. Feel how the ball is really digging into the soft tissue and back. Stay here. Widen your feet a little bit. So one last shift, the ball goes down and out. And you can see I'm still on the back, closer to the sideline of my body. And I really feel when I'm just being on my back, I just feel I have the ball here, but I just have no sensations. I don't feel any kind of, fascia release, massage. So I have to lean a little bit more with my legs to the left. So I'm getting a nice sensation here. And find this position, when you don't want to get too close to the bone. And I want to be on bone, I really want to be in this meaty part. And then we do this sliding of the leg. And remember, you want to draw the circle on the floor. If this is too much, you don't have to do it. You just can do, can do the circle really small. There's no need for a big circle. Really listen to your body. I really feel my left side is a little bit tighter today. So I'm circling a little bit smaller here. 3 nice and slow circles. And after 3 times, you straighten your leg. And then you reverse and you circle the other way. Really notice what's going on, how it feels. Slow sliding and gliding. Keep on breathing. If you're holding the breath, this is one sign you got a little bit too deep into the work. And next time your leg is straight, come back to the center, take the ball out. And just notice for a moment how you feel. Maybe your legs bent, maybe your legs straight. Check the difference. I have an old hip injury in my left side, so for me always my body is kind of, I don't want to straighten my legs, so I always have to ease a little bit. And this work really is for me the best work to find a peaceful shavasana, so really straightening the leg without any sensations coming from my old injury. So this is really a big shift in my body always. So notice the front of your hips and even notice how your legs are resting on the floor now. But we have one more spot to go. So bring your legs back in. Again, you want to go to the meaty part, to the left of your sacrum. I already feel I have a lot of energy in this point here. And now you want to have a little bit space so you can move up. So maybe you want to go down a little bit on your yoga mat. And I don't move a lot here because for me that's, it's pretty close to the spine, to the sacrum, to the tailbone. And there are a lot of attachments, muscles, tendons, ligaments, nerves. So for me it's enough just to stay here and shift a little bit. So play around here. It doesn't have to be, more pain doesn't never mean it's better. And sometimes we don't need the deepest sensations. We have more meaty part here when we go into the glutes. That's the reason we move a little more. But here sometimes it's just nice to stay into sync, front body to back body and your back body to the ball. Walk your feet in a little bit. Just go a little bit with your body up and the ball rolls down. You stay as close as you can to the sacrum. And again, you're just breathing here and you allow your front body to sink and you allow your back body to sink towards the ball. Micro shift of the legs are okay. See if you want to maybe shift the legs a little bit from side to side. You don't have to. You also could straighten the leg. So this is an option to straighten the leg. So just play around. If your leg is straight, bring it back. And one more time, you shift a straight line down. And you walk up a little bit. And the ball goes a little bit more down. And just relax and breathe here. Remember, you want to sink. You always can lean a little bit away. If it's too intense, you lean your legs to the right, it's less intense. If you lean your legs to the left, it gets more intense. For some of us, staying is more intense and moving feels a little easier. Or having the legs straight feels better than having the neck bent. So find the position. So you really have this feeling you can melt and you can let go and you can allow the ball to resolve any tension here. And then one more time, you shift the ball down and your body up. So you're being really far down now. Straight lie down. And I always have this picture, I have 2 daughters. And one of my daughters has really thick hair. So I remember it was always when they were young a challenge, kind of a fight to comb the hair. I always had to play, any kind of princess shows to get her hair untangled. And when you do it with force, it's really painful. It is really painful if you just, brush it through without, being very gentle. The same as with the balls. If you just push it into the body and thinking, I really have to push in, that's better. No, it isn't. It's just more painful for you. And the body is kind of resisting. First, really the muscles wants to protect, and they are closing, though they are not opening. So going slow, going smooth, and taking your time, using your breath. Like what I said, the front body is meeting the back body, and then the back body is melting into the ball. It's much more effective than pushing through and then let go. And if you maybe have a girl, if you be a girl, and you have this kind of hair that really likes to tangle, remember how it feels when someone is kind of forcing the brush through your hair, and you don't want to have this, and you don't want to have it for your fascias as well. Take the ball out if you haven't already. Kind of was caught up in my story. Straighten your legs and notice how it feels. Oh my God, feel my hips feel so much softer. My legs are really, they are like jello resting on the floor. Everything feels nice and open. And then slide your legs back in. Turn over to one side. Find your seated position. And place your hands together at the front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you for practicing my third video, hip release, with me. I hope your hips are feeling as happy as my hips are feeling now. Take your time through all the videos. Don't stay too long on each point. Always, work your way into staying longer, maybe sometimes up until 2 minutes. But start with maybe just a few breaths and just wait how your body is responding the next day. And then maybe pause a day and maybe come back, or maybe change the video so to free up your hips. Thank you for practicing. Namaste and have a beautiful, beautiful day, dear yogis. Bye.